So we're changing the status quo in events right now to shorten session times because, as we know, business events often fall into a rhythm where the sessions tend to really stretch on, and that's going to lead inevitably to fatigue and reducing the engagement that we get from audiences. Shortening the session times is a way to really invigorate the format so that we inject our events with more energy and we keep the participants attentive. But to make this successful, we've really got to make sure that the presenters and the speakers that we're inviting to events really understand the reasons for these shortened sessions. It isn't about truncating the content, nor is it about speed talking through lots of slides, as I have seen all too often in the events that I get to go to. Rather, I think it should be about distilling the essence of what they're going to say. That sounds kind of quite exotic, doesn't it? But it's really about viewing the opportunity to speak now at events in a way that's going to crystallize the message and focus on the key takeaways that are going to really resonate with the audience. I mean, the allure, great word, isn't it, of shortening session times lies in that it promises heightened engagement, better engagement. And so speakers really need to embrace this concept as a way to deliver content that really captivates the audience's attention. It's about really making the sessions interactive and memorable, because the danger comes if you shorten a session that it could actually inadvertently stifle audience interaction. And that's something we've really got to think about. Speakers need to be aware that it is a critical concern. They can't go on too long. The Q&A sessions and discussions after they've delivered their content are really vital for meaningful engagement. So you've got to make sure that the speakers know that they have to shorten the amount of time they have to speak for, but make sure there is still lots of time for audience questions and a chance to foster some discussions, because even in this condensed time frame, it's so important to preserve, look after that opportunity for the attendees to connect with the content and the speaker. I think it's about making every second of the session count, because obviously time's valuable. Shorter sessions demand that every moment is purposeful. So we need to encourage the speakers to approach the presentations with a very refined focus on the key points they wish to convey. I always think it's about giving the audience a taste, a sense of what you're going to say, of what your content is, rather than everything. Now, it's quite challenging potentially for a speaker, but then think about it as, a great way to kind of ignite creativity and innovation. It should be pushing people to think outside of the box. Not just, oh God, I've got a 45-minute presentation that I've always gone, oh no, I've got to do it in 25 minutes. I'll just cut bits out and talk really fast. It's a bit big. It's a bit more important that they are creative with how they do this. Now, as event organisers, as an MC, when I talk to presenters, we've got to really set these clear expectations. And I don't think always that happens. I know I probably have been guilty in the past of just saying to speakers, you've got to be fit in the time and not giving them guidance about why or advice about how to do it. So we've got to communicate this shift to shorter sessions well in advance of the event and actually give guidance to the presenters on what we mean by that, so that it's optimizing the content for the format of the event that you're going to be organising. And it just is going to make things a lot more, I suppose, successful as we transition to doing events with shorter sessions.